3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. A couple days later. This is Star Wars Free Previews, and you didn't come here to watch this. It just gave me something to point the camera at. Free Comic Book Day happened to be the same day as Star Wars Day, which isn't actually Star Wars Day. I think this is yet, I'd have to double check, I could be wrong, but I think this is yet one of the other Disney recreations. The original Star Wars Day used to be when Star Wars was originally released, which this is another thing I have to double check because I've now forgotten based on the new propaganda, but it used to be May either 22nd or 23rd, because that was when it was released in theaters back in 1977, and that was the anniversary. And then some marketing genius decided, but May the 4th be with you sounds better. So we'll just move it to this day. The more you know. So this was at the Free Comic Book Day thing, so I picked it up. Haven't even looked in it yet. Oh, look. It actually has some comic stuff in it. Got some pictures of Boba Fett. Oh, hey, look. More Boba Fett. Boba Fett all the time. That's all we want is just Boba Fett all the time. Boba all the time, Boba all the time. All right, enough of that. So, real quick here, I want to do a shout out to my boy, Quirks. I haven't given him a shout out in a while. He just did a video that I want to watch. Looks good. I like this. Jimmy, we call him Jimmy. You can ask him why. But Quirks, #1 Superman. Wait, Comics with Normies, #1. Jimmy, if you're listening, I haven't watched your video yet, so it could suck. Could suck, I don't know. But your videos are usually pretty good, I like them. But this is a good topic. I like what you're doing here. You came up with a cool idea. No one's doing this. And I'm interested. I want to know more, so kudos to you. And then also, Jimmy, while you're watching, because I know you're watching, look at your thumbnails. Why is Avengers backwards? This is what I was trying to tell you, then you didn't understand. Look. You can't see it on that one. But, like, is that... Something's wrong with your camera, or I don't know what you're doing. You're maybe doing bathroom selfies? Anyways, I'm just poking fun. Quirks is a friend. He's also the first partner on Comic Talk, the Discord channel that I started, which I'm trying to involve other YouTubers that are similar to me and Quirks. Get involved in as a community. Like, I know people hate the word community, but a centralized place where my fans, his fans, anyone else can come and all be together instead of all just having a million different destinations to go to, right? So if you're interested, there is somewhere down below in the description, should be an invite for you, or reach out to me if you have questions. And anyways, that's enough about him. This is not his show. Jimmy, get your own show. Oh, you already have one. Look at this. Justice League Starro. This is a kooky looking box of all the different Justice League art they could do. For a Justice League box? Yeah. How about that new art for the new printing of Kingdom Come? That was supposed to be black. Look at this. That's my store. But I don't know. I liked it. So anyways, why did I buy this? So I need a new box. I normally buy the white boxes because this is over twice the price. A little indulgent. I needed a new box, and it was Free Comic Book Day. And I don't like just taking stuff for free. I like free stuff, don't get me wrong, but the comic book store does not just get it free. Marvel, DC, Valiant, Dark Horse, all these guys, they're not like, hey, here, have some free books to give to your customers so you can promote comics. No. They say, hey, here's some books that you can buy from us just like normal, except you don't get to mark them up and sell them. You give them away for free, and you eat the cost. And then we go in and go, oh, look, free stuff. And we sometimes forget that there's a cost. Now, it works for the stores, marketing for new customers, but a lot of us, if you're like me, you've been buying comics for years, it's not for you. You're going to buy comics whether there's a free comic book day or not. In fact, I bought way more comics back in the day when there wasn't a free comic book day. So if you are, I can't tell you what to do. Live your own life, but hopefully I can encourage you. And you say, but Ash, I already give them money every month. Yes, I get that. But this is something you didn't get before, and you still give them money every month. If you're going to go to the store on Free Comic Book Day and take stuff that's really meant for new people to entice them to the hobby, throw some bones back, right? Pay it forward, as they say. So anyways, this is my Free Comic Book Day haul. So I picked up Bloodshot, of course, because I had missed the Exo Man-O-War one-shot, or Free Comic Day, which is actually a collectible item, and is a cool thing. If you are a fan, it's a double-edged sword, right? Anyways, I'll just spoiler alert. I found it. My store had leftovers from last year, and they decided to give them away free. So I was like, yeah, I can get this free. This is actually worth a little bit of money. I mean, not much, a few bucks, but still for free, it's infinitely more. This book is an original story. It's something to collect, especially if you're a fan of this, right? So here's a double-edged sword that I'm talking about. As a collector, as a fan, I want this. This becomes a collector's item, so it draws people like me in. Brand spanking newbie guy who walks in the store and goes, what comics? I heard about these things. They don't give two rats' asses if this is collectible. These books, I'm happy that I can go and the collector in me is like, cool, I can add this to my collection, and it didn't cost me a dime. But the bad thing is it puts more wear and tear or more stress on the comic book retailer because they have to buy more of these to appeal to me, and then that's not, like I said, it's not free. What they should be doing is reprint stories, right? Like those Marvel True Believer books, or the Valiant is copying those. I did a couple reviews lately on those, or at least I did Exo. I think I have a Ninjak one coming. That would be the Exo one. That's the number one. That should have been a free comic book day. You come in, get that for free, you read it, you're gonna buy Exo Man-O-War. I'm telling you, it's the shit. It is fantastic. Now the collectors like me are gonna be like, I don't care. It's a reprint comic. I already got it. It's not gonna be worth anything. And that's fine because Free Comic Book Day isn't for me. As much as I enjoy getting stuff that is for me, it's not for me. And I do want to promote the hobby. That is ultimately more important to me and hopefully to you. So this was one of this year's things, Stranger Things. I do not get the comic just because I love this show. This is one of the top, probably one of the top 5 TV shows all time I've ever watched. It is that good. First season, phenomenal. Second season was not as good, but the bar was so high. Being not as good is like being one of the lesser of the original Star Wars trilogy. They're all great. Also has Black Hammer part of it, so I was like, okay, I'll get it for free. Spawn. Here's an example of what I was talking about. This is just a reprint of Spawn #1. And had I known that, I probably wouldn't have picked that. And the reason why is because my store gives you a limit of what you're allowed to get. Thanks, dog. Appreciate the noise there. So there's the comic that I really wanted, and I'm hoping there's some leftovers at my store. I'm going to offer to buy it. There's an issue of The Goon, which I don't even know anything about The Goon, but everyone talks about it. And it had some crossover with some dog, and it just looked really cool. And then they also did Dragonfly Man, which is that book that I was going to collect that I can't remember the name anymore, but it's The Two Worlds. So they did a one-shot of Dragonfly Man. Anyways, so my store only allowed you to get so many books. So I couldn't get everything I wanted. I did get this because I like Firefly. I could give two rats' ass about Buffy, but if it's got an original Firefly story, this might be collectible. And I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I love turtles, and it's Eastman. And yeah, I am not going to shy away, even though I don't buy, because mostly I don't buy turtles because of this up here. And I just don't have faith that they're going to deliver on something that I like very much. And I'm one of those kind of people, that when I love something, if you don't do it great, like even if you're just mediocre, I will not touch it. I left comics back in the 90s because X-Men started going downhill. Now, the X-Men back then was by far and away better than what X-Men is today. But for me, it wasn't good enough. And I can't stand when the things that I love are just meh. So, yeah, that's why I love turtles. In my mind, the turtles that I love are not tainted because I haven't soiled my imagery of them. But this is free, and hopefully, maybe they'll sell me it. People have been talking good things about turtles lately. And then My Hero Academia. This is just reprint fodder from the manga. I don't care. It's a comic book. And they even had last year's one. So this, to me, holding this in my hand is like someone needs to get the license and print this as a comic. I would buy this. Even I would. I love this. And I think there are a lot of people who won't read this just because they see the manga books and they go, meh. Like, this a line they don't cross. Even though this would interest them. This is an amazing superhero story. If you like aspirational heroes, this is it. It also features the type of heroes that are prevalent in the modern Marvel universe, which are the, hey, look at me, aren't I awesome? The self-aggrandizing heroes. It features kind of every type of hero, really, but the main character is like a Superman archetype, as far as he's just a goody two-shoes. He wants to help people. It's all he just wants. He can't help himself. He sees people in need. He will throw himself into the fire to save them. And then this character literally is Superman. I mean, okay, not literally, but as close to literally as a figuratively can be. Okay, All Might. So then there's other characters who are just in it for themselves, and or this character, yeah, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the most awesome bestest. And I'm gonna be anyways, you gotta read these books, and I just like having these in comic book form. It's really cool. So then my store only offers a limited amount, so they have different locations. So I was gonna go comic book shop hopping. So one of the problems was my Firefly. I didn't realize when they gave it to me. I don't know if you can see here on the camera. It's like scuffed. And, it's fine for a reader copy, so I was all annoyed. So I went to one of their other locations. All their other locations, at least the ones I've been to, are all in malls, and they're not as big as their warehouse location, which I go to. So they didn't get as many. So I was like, I'm going to get the Goon and the other. They didn't even get those books. So I was like, well, I'll just pick up another Firefly. At least I get a quality edition of it. And then I went to their third store, and by the time I got there, they didn't have squat. Every book was sold. I was like, what the? They're another mall location, and they're right next to a big movie theater. So you walk out of the theater, and the comic book shop's right there. So people probably walked out of Avengers, walked in, and grabbed free comics. That's what I'm assuming. So they were giving these away for free as sort of consolation. So I was like, well, I already bought this, but I'll take another one for free. However, my shop, and I tweeted out that my shop wasn't doing a sale. I might have missed it at the warehouse location. I didn't see signs or anything. But the other two locations did have a sale. So then I was like I say, I bought this at my original store because I was like, I'm going to kick back. This is why I bought this, paid $12.99 instead of the normal $4.50 I think they cost for the white ones. I was like, well, that's cool. I have a Justice League box. I need a new box. I want to give you some money to pay for, if these were $3.99 a piece, look at how much I got. So I'll give you a little extra money. That's fine. And now I have something cool. I want to support my LCS. It's a big deal to me. So the other stores, I was like, wait a second, 50% off all back issues? So I found, thump, bum, bum. Yeah, originally $5, $2.50. Hell yeah, Jeff Johns back issue. Hawkman number 1. Whew. And then I only need 3 issues of Exo Manowar to complete my Matt Kent run. So I found number 3. And particularly, I wanted these covers, or specific covers with this art. I wanted this art. And I love this cover. Number 2. Oh, man. Just if you look at this cover tells you everything you need to know about what this book is like. Just picture this guy. If you've never read, if you don't know who Exo Manowar is, he's Maximus from Gladiator, who's given a suit of armor that's even more badass than Iron Man armor. Okay, so imagine a Roman soldier, Maximus, from that time period, who's just as badass of a warrior and a general, and then given this technology, and then go into the future. Yes, and this is a guy's comic. Women can love it too if they want. No hard feelings, but this is a man's comic. And the art, this is what you see here, is what it looks like inside. Yeah, well, almost as good. Number 1's a little tougher to find, but I found this second printing, and I decided to pick it up because I love this series, and I know second printings usually aren't worth as much, but it's kind of weird because you think second printings sometimes should be because they're low print runs. Oftentimes the second printing will only have 1/10 of the print run as the first printing. That's 1/10, or less. You might have a comic original print run 60,000 copies, and then second printing is like 2,000 copies just to fill in some holes. And then we don't ever, they just get lost. It's really weird to think that. So I do technically have the whole run with the first printing of Exo Manowar. Or sorry, second, but I do want to find it first just to be consistent. Then I only needed 3 issues of Ninjak, so I found Ninjak and got the B cover that I wanted. I needed 10 and 11. I don't have 11, but I did find 7. Got the A cover that I wanted. So some of these Ninjak variant covers were terrible. And then occasionally they were really great. So I was like, oh. So I got that. And all I need now is number 11. And Bloodshot, I had bought an entire run off of eBay. And the number 1 issue came with a razor slice, like right across the middle. And I was like someone opened it from a box with a razor and just... And the shipper never told me that or anything. But I got such a deal, 16 issue Bloodshot run, Salvation, such a deal. I was like, I'm not going to fuss over this because I think I paid like $16. I think it was $16 plus. I think it came up like $20 for all 16. I was like, I'll just find another number 1, and I did, and I only paid $2.25 for it. There it is, and I love the original cover. So I found again a second printing, very very low print run, and I have it. And that's that. Then I only have 2 issues to fill of Super Sons, number 12 and number 11. And even though they aren't the George or Jorge Jimenez covers, I do love how they go together like that. And these are the covers I wanted. The alternate covers did not like. So I was like stoked, and these were hard to find. I've been missing these. So now I have the entire Super Sons run, and I'm very stoked, which reminds me of my boy Quirks that I just mentioned. Jimmy, if you're watching, this is something you could read in trade, and I'm not telling you to not read this in trade. You're not a Super Sons lover like I am, although you would be if you read this. But Hawkman, you told me, I'm going to stop getting my Hawkman issues and just get it in trade. No, you don't. You said you want to read it in trade. I don't buy it. I don't believe you. I believe you want this run because when you love something, when you really love it, you want the original floppies. You'll cherish this in your collection. Like I'm going to cherish these. I do have these trades. I did not need to buy the Super Sons run. I bought them on Comixology originally, but I love it so much that I was like, now I'll collect it. 16 issues. And I bought 4 of them. I had 4 of them when I came in originally, so I was like, I only had to collect 12 issues. I'll take the time and do it. Hawkman is cheap. Get the Hawkman issues. It's not going to cost you hardly anything more than the trade, and you'll be more satisfied. Believe it. Everyone, hashtag read Hawkman. So this is my haul. I know this is kind of longer than normal video, but I got a lot more comics than normal. Hopefully you guys got some cool stuff at Free Comic Book Day. If you did, oh, and by the way, yeah, see, proof of purchase. From one store, paid $14.24. The other store, $16.51. And I didn't even keep the receipt for this one. I forgot. Or did I? Maybe that was the $14.24. I lost one of the receipts. So some of these maybe I stole. Just kidding, I didn't. So I buy comics and I get free comics. So I'll take free stuff, but I also contribute back. LCS are important. Without them, we would not have this hobby. And share what you guys got. Put your comments below. If you guys don't have videos, that's fine. If you do, link them. Tell me I want to watch them. If you didn't, just say, hey, this is what I got. If you bought some cool stuff from your store, put that down too. And promote that. You know, you can't tell people what to do, but you can encourage it. Share your enthusiasm, your love for comics. That's what really makes this hobby fun. The books are fun to read, but the culture of the people, when you find like-minded individuals that love the books like you do and get it, and you get to share your love. That's why I have this channel, right? My channel isn't here. Hey, look, there's a dog. Everyone's like, show the dog. That's not my dog, but his name's Luke. Yes, you can guess after who he was named after. Share your love for the hobby. And follow this channel. Come to our Discord. You know, don't worry about the people that make the hobby bad. It's easy to focus on the negatives, but you got to also pay attention to the good stuff. That's why you got into comics in the first place. Don't let the haters drive you out. I know it's easy. I bitch and moan about it quite a bit, but for me, it's like therapy. I just have to get it out. I have to vent, you know. And I love talking to people who love comics. I got some great supporters of the channel. Like, I want to shout out to Eric Breen, David Asanowicz, Tehelim. I'm drawing a blank. My memory is so bad these days. So there's some other good people, and I'm sorry that I'm forgetting you. At the spur of the moment, I didn't plan to name anyone out of wrote a list. But you all know who you are. And I thank you. Your enthusiasm and love for comics fuels my own, and that's why I do this channel. I don't do this because it's top production value and I'm amazing you with my YouTube wizardry. It's just to talk to fellow fans of comics like myself and just get involved and be immersed in the whole hobby. And this is something I didn't have back in the day. I probably would have done it, and I probably would have done it better because this is a kid's game, kids and their YouTubes. So shout out to my boy Comic Quirks. Go watch his channel. I'm going to watch that next. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for putting up with these long episodes. I know 24 minutes is so long to sit. Meanwhile, you're going to go watch Avengers Endgame 3 hours and something minutes for the 5th time and complain about a 25-minute video. Just kidding. I did watch Avengers Endgame, and it was good. My favorite moment was when Cap did the thing with the thing. And you'll know it when you see the movie, and I didn't spoil it. But if you saw the movie, you know. So that was awesome. All right, see ya.